Hey, it's Risa G, and I'm coming in from my cluttered kitchen. I wanted to show you my smallish but new Trader Joe's haul. I know everybody loves a good Trader Joe's haul, but lately I haven't been doing any because I haven't really been getting out, and today was the day. And I also realized 2 weeks ago that there were none of these new pumpkin spice things that I kept seeing. So I was hoping I was going to be there last week to remedy that, but I didn't. So I was hoping today. I had heard that most of the stores had all the pumpkin spice stuff, but this time I went with a specific idea in mind, and that is not to buy everything pumpkin spice that I saw, which means all treats, sauces, etc., but to think about it nutritionally, because I'm trying to eat differently, and I'm trying to cut out sugar, and I'm trying to cut out processed stuff, so that really cuts out a lot of the pumpkin spice stuff. So I looked at I actually did something incredibly smart. I looked at the nutritional labels. Yes, I did. All right? And anything that said less than 6 grams of, no, anything that said more than 6 grams of sugar, I did not buy. Even things that I heard were really delicious, like the pumpkin, I think there's a pumpkin seed hummus. I looked at the recipe, I looked at their nutritional label. It said too much sugar. I went, forget it. But then I looked to see if there was any alternative to that, and I found one thing that was an alternative. I just realized, looking at all alternatives, it also feels awfully heavy. Oh, well, also, I forgot I have herbage. Ah, there you go. Pumpkin 4-cheese Greek style yogurt dip, which has way less sugar, 2 grams. All right. Anyway, also guys, if you see this bag in the Trader Joe's, it is the cutest bloody thing ever. And their bags are pretty cheap. All right. Anyway, now that we've fixed that problem, now we have everything from the haul, except for, of course, the one thing I ate, which was my lunch: Paneer tikka masala with spinach basmati rice, which is very good. It was a little high in sodium, but for the whole container, not an ounce, not 14 ounces, it was 5 grams of sugar, but hey, 5 grams of sugar, but for the whole thing. So that ain't bad. Alright, anyway, alright, so let's get to this haul now that we found everything. As I was saying, I went in there thinking I'm going to get the pumpkin seed hummus, but I looked at it and it was very high in sugar. And this is not. It's only 1 gram of sugar in a serving, which is like a tablespoon or 2. Alright, it says about 8 servings per container. Serving size, 2 tablespoons. So, there you go. Only 1 gram of sugar. 1 gram of sugar. So I can't wait to try this. It is the pumpkin 4-cheese yogurt dip, Greek yogurt dip. Okay. And I know on paleo you're supposed to be omitting all dairy, but I've done paleo before, and actually dairy does not affect me as much as white rice and white flour. So I can have a little cheese, and I can have a little yogurt. Alright, so there's that. I, of course, bought their herbs because their cilantro, for some reason, like Aldi, if I wrap it in foil, if I wash it, dry it really well, wrap it in what's the word? If I wrap it in paper towel and stick it back in its bag, for some reason, and refrigerate it, it lasts for like forever. I don't get it. But it works. They're herbal for some reason. All right. When I mentioned them getting some pumpkin things, I got the pumpkin Alfredo sauce because it also is like 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of sugar, something like that in a serving. Not bad. I said anything that was lower than 6 grams of sugar. It's only 2 grams of sugar. All right. Then I also got this spicy pumpkin curry simmer sauce, which is really not all that spicy. All the spice is like one of the last ingredients, which means it's not very spicy. And this has 2 grams of sugar in a 1/4 cup. So that's not bad. So if I did double, I made a 1/2 cup serving for myself, it's only 4 grams of sugar. Still less than 5 grams of sugar in a serving. Not bad. All right. And then for myself, I got these gluten-free pumpkin pancake mix when I decide to add in something a little bit more carby in the morning. All right. Because it does have carbs. It's got 36 grams of carb in 2 pancakes. So when I add in some carbs, I'm not totally going carbless. I'm just going less gluten, no processed food, or less processed food, because this is still processed. And no sugar, or low sugar. All right, so there's that. Then I also got, there are also non-food products that are pumpkin related. And this one is a pumpkin overnight face mask. Now I've used their watermelon overnight face mask and I loved it. So I'll give this one a try. Yes it is, it's also pumpkin. Hey. And also they now have taco chips that are dyed different colors to look like leaves and shaped like leaves. But how about that? Less than 1 gram of sugar in a serving in 16 chips. And usually what I do is I look at the nutritional label and then I eat half the serving, which is I've always done even when I was on like low fat, low sugar, low calorie diets. If something said 2 cookies, I had 1 cookie. I never deprived myself, because depriving yourself does not work, because all it makes you want to do is eat everything in the house. So plus I'm not doing this, I decided I'm not doing this for diet. I definitely, if you looked at me, you'd know. I don't need to lose weight. I'm like 100 pounds. But I do need to figure out how to get rid of this constant nagging fatigue that I have. I sit down to watch television after dinner. I've had no dessert, but I had, let's say, I don't know, I had like a candy bar at work or something. Sugar puts me right to sleep. The other day, I had a snack. I was watching General Hospital on Monday on the couch, and I dozed off for 4 hours, all because I ate candy. It's just not good. And since diabetes runs in the family, my father had adult onset at the age of 60, and I'm almost 61. I don't want to play around with that. I don't want to get diabetes, and so I'm going to nip it in the butt right now. All right? And try not to eat as much sugar, try not to eat processed food, or less processed. So if I do have some of this, which I probably won't have for at least another week, I'll have half a serving. I'll be very happy. Okay. Anyway, so I thought those were cute because they all look like different leaves. And they're really just carrot powder, beet powder, tomato powder. I don't know. It just look like little leaves. Right. Also, I heard from Trader Joe's list from Natasha how much she loves these chicharron, these pork rind snacks. So I decided I'm going to try them out. The next to the last ingredient is habanero. So they can't be that spicy if there's that little habanero in them. but I thought I would try them. And then there were a couple of other things. Now, for my quote-unquote lifestyle right now, I got these cauliflower pizza crusts. When I got home, though, I noticed there's a big rip. So, what I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the package. I'm going to cover them with cheese. I'm going to bake them. I'm going to let them cool. And that way they'll fill in all those little cuts. And the next time I make an actual pizza for the rest of the family, like bobbly crust, or I have regular pizza dough in the freezer, I'll take out one of these for myself, cover it with cheese and sauce, and bake it, and I'll have a pizza too. Alright, so I'll try those out. I got the Green Goddess seasoning blend. I was hoping I'd find that. I found it. Can't wait. I love Green Goddess dressing. Mix this with some mayonnaise and some sour cream or whatever, a little bit of milk or non-dairy milk, and there you go. I also saw this chili sesame oil. You know, I do love me some chili. And I love myself some roasted sesame oil, so what could be bad with the combination? And then also 2 other things for myself. I found these Jicama wraps. Actually, I've had these before. I'm going to use them for tacos for me. But after a couple of days, they start getting a little weirdly slimy, as I remember. So I'm going to cut off the bad parts, chop it up, and put it in salad so it doesn't go completely bad. And then I got myself these gluten-free tortillas made with quinoa flour because they have no sugar. They're a little high in carb, and there's very little fiber. But I figured if I put a little bit of cheese and a little bit of meat, or just some cheese and some vegetables in it and roll it up, I have myself a burrito. And, alright, last 2. Alright, I've been hearing about this Brazilian style cheese bread. 4 months, couldn't find it. The store was always sold out of it. And finally, out of the corner of my eye, in an area where it didn't belong, somebody had dropped it in the freezer, and I got very excited. So I'm finally going to get to try these. There's no fiber, less than 1 gram of sugar in 2 of them. So it'll be a fun little snack or lunch with a salad or something. I can't wait to try those. And last but not least, I know Steve really likes like rice-a-roni type things. And this is spicy jollof, which is, I know jollof rice is an African dish. It says spicy, but really any spice that's in it, I think, is towards the end of the ingredients. It just says red pepper flakes. It's like the 3rd to the last ingredient, which means it's not really hot. With dried tomatoes, onions, and garlic. And also is not that high in sugar. It's only 2 grams of sugar in a serving, so if I had some, it wouldn't blow this thing all to pieces. 1 cup prepared. And there's also supposedly 4 servings in the package. Then we'll try it out and see if we like it. If it's good, then we'll buy more if we can find it. Because as you know, with Trader Joe's, 1 week, everything could be there, and then for a month and a half, you can't find anything. So, anyway, that is my Trader Joe's haul. So if you have any of these things, let me know in the comments what you think of them. If you haven't, and you've gotten to it, and you can get to a Trader Joe's, of course, go and get them. And if there's any other new products out there that I did not mention, let me know and see if it fits my thing right now, right? Less than 5 grams of sugar, not really super processed, and no white flour in it. And of course, low in dairy. Also, for those Trader Joe's fans out there, if they have a good vegan cheese, let me know. Because for some reason I couldn't find it. I looked in the cheese area. I didn't see anything. All I saw was cheese, cheese, and real cheese, 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 and cheese. Okay, so if you like this video, of course, press like, press that little bell, and of course the word subscribe, and come back again soon to Reese's Closet Kitchen. Bye.